Good evening, everyone. This is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you to another exciting edition of Inside Pitch, the 1976 season. Today's date is May 8th of that year, and we are at Tiger Stadium for a game between the Chicago White Sox and the Detroit Tigers. Both these teams are in the bottom of the divisions. The White Sox are 5-11. The Tigers are 4-13. And taking a look to make sure, and they are right now, the White Sox and the Tigers are in last place in the American League East and West. But why are we presenting the game? Because we've not done the White Sox yet. So this is their first look at Chicago. So we shall see what happens tonight. I don't know if we're going to get a high-scoring game like we did last night, and I did double-check my readings on that 16-8 score between the Padres and the Expos. Steeler fan joins us here at Tigers Stadium. I did check that to see what the results were. That 24 runs is the most runs I've ever had in an inside pitch 9-inning game. The only game that beats that was the extra inning game between the Cardinals and the Expos in the 85 National League Division Series. And we all know how that game went. And for those of you who are watching this stream or replay, please check out that game, the 1985 National League Division Series between the Cardinals and the Expos. That was the craziest game I ever did. But last night, the 24 runs are the most scored in a 9-inning game of inside pitch that I've ever played. And congrats to you, Steeler fan. I am very happy to hear that, as I received my second dose yesterday. So I am vaxxed. Tonight, we got the White Sox and Tigers. Starting pitcher for the Detroit Tigers will be Vern Ruhle. 9 wins, 12 losses, 3.92 ERA. He gets the call tonight for the Cats here at Tiger Stadium. Tiger Stadium, pretty much a neutral to maybe a hitter's park. 113 home runs, adds 1 to strikeouts and 1 to walks. It has 4 homers on the matrix. So let's get started. Let's have a look at the Chicago White Sox. Archie joins us here at Tiger Stadium. Happy to have you here, sir. So our first look at the White Sox, let's see what we get. Leading off for them is going to be right fielder Pat Kelly, 254 average, 5 homers, 34 RBIs. Ruhle will go ahead and pitch. We are using red, white, and blue dice. The Tigers are in blue and white for the game, and they have a red and the red D20. 1-5, the blue ride will be red first. 1-5, that's at the park. Tigers Stadium will state 5-1, and just like that, we start with a blank, an automatic rare play. And that is an even number, so that's going to be a rare play. That is going to be a rare play off of the season ticket baseball chart. So let's see what we get here. We'll take these away, and we'll see what we have. And we got 432. And I'll go ahead and bring the chart up so you guys can see it. So 432, and it is E6. Batter is safe at second on a throwing error by the shortstop. Runners advance 2 bases. So there is no runners on base, but it's going to be an error on the shortstop. And that error is on Tom Verizor for the Tigers. He has an error rating of 9, but that's what the rare play is going to be. So Pat Kelly is going to get an E6, and he's going to be safe at second to start the game. First error on the Tigers. Not sure, but I believe that is the first time I've ever started a game off with a rare play, but I'm not totally sure. So Kelly on at second, and the next batter will be center fielder Ralph Garr. 300 average, 4 homers, 36 ribbies. Very good season for the White Sox that year for him. And we go back to basics. I will check the strat first, as I should. Ruhle, 13, nothing happening. Ruhle will pitch 2-3, and that against the lefty, that's a walk plus 10, and that is right on the line between 11 and a 4. Will it make a difference? Yeah, it can. I got to re-roll. And that's going to be an 18, and that is not going to be a walk. So Gar has against the righties, a 14 plus 1 is a 15, so he will not walk. Gar will swing 3-1, and he grounds it to short. Throw goes to first for out number 1. Pat Kelly's base running rating is a 3. 3 or lower, he'll make it to third, and no, he stays where he's at. 1 man down, and that will bring up third baseman George Orta. Another great baseball name for you. George Orta. 274 average, 14 homers, 72 RBIs. 1 out. Let's see if anything happening on the strat. That is a 6. The answer is no. Ruhle will pitch, and that's 3-3. Home run question mark. Orta is a lefty, a 1-6. The 18 is too high. Orta will swing. 4-6, and he lines out to short. And are they going to turn a double play? A 2-3, they get Kelly. No, Kelly gets back. 2 outs. Two men away now, and that will bring up the left fielder, Carlos May. He will be traded to the Yankees later in the year. 259 average, 3 homers, 43 RBIs. Ruhle will pitch to May. We'll see if anything happening on the strat. That is a 4, and the answer is no. Ruhle will pitch, and 4-3. That's a walk. That 10 is going to walk May. May will draw to first. 2-out walk issued by Ruhle. And now we'll see first baseman Jim Spencer. 253 average, 14 homers, 70 RBIs. This is the last game of the first schedule block, by the way. As we go back to starting again, all the teams will be seen at least once or twice, or maybe even 3 times, depending how I can do the schedule. And starting on the third schedule block, last place teams will be eliminated. Pitch from first. I guess I should roll a strat first, shouldn't I? That is a 4. And this time, will Kelly do anything? 4 plus 1 is 5. Divided 2.3. No. Pat Kelly would have had to have a 2 in order to steal. Ruhle will pitch. 2-2. That's blank. Spencer gets the swing. 4-2. And he's just going to ground that to short. And the throw is going to go to first to get Spencer. And that will end the inning. So no runs. There were no hits. There was a walk and an error. But the White Sox can't cash it in. The Tigers have historically won this game 7-1. 16 hits in the game total, and there was an error on the White Sox in that game. Bottom of the first, starting pitcher for the Chicago White Sox will be Bart Johnson. 9 wins, 16 losses, 4.73 ERA, 91 strikeouts, 61 walks. Leading off for the Tigers, center fielder Ron LaFleur. 316 average, 4 homers, 39 RBIs. Johnson will go ahead and pitch. We got a 1-6, that's blank. LaFleur will go ahead and swing. 5-5, star 6, and that's a fly out to right. Out number 1. Next up is left fielder Alex Johnson. 268 average, 6 homers, 45 ribbies. Johnson will pitch to Johnson. Bart Johnson, 2-4. That's a strikeout. 17 is high. Alex Johnson swings. 6-3. He grounds it to third. For out number 2. And now the designated hitter, Willie Horton. 262 average, 14 homers, 56 ribbies. Bart Johnson will pitch. 6-2, wild pitch. Do it again. Johnson, 6-4, double question mark. John Horton's a righty. That's an automatic blank, so nothing happening there. Horton will swing away, though. 2-3. He flies out to left, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Tigers. Nothing doing in that inning. No score after 1. Tribe Fan joins us here at Tigers Stadium. If a battery of Johnson and Johnson, would there be no more tears? You know what? I probably would not be any more tears, and that is a very bad pun there, Tribe fan. Not appreciated. Oh. Top of the second, here's the catcher, Brian Downing for the Sox. As Brian Downing, of course, we'll see him on the Angels, a number of other teams in the future. Downing, 256 average, 3 homers, 30 RBIs in 76. Baseball Demos joins us here at Tiger Stadium. As Dave is joining us. Ruhle will pitch, 5-3, strikeout, 16 is gonna be high. Downing will swing, 3-6, fly out to left. Baseball Demos is in the house. And for those of you who are watching the stream and do not know who Baseball Demos is, you need to go back to school and learn about this great channel he does. He is awesome. And Baseball Demos, really the main reason I decided on Inside Pitch is my game of choice now. Although it was ID Gesture with Payoff Pitch, but then Baseball Demos introduced me to Inside, and now this is my game of choice. Designated hitter for the White Sox, Sam Ewing is next. 220 average, no homers, 2 RBIs. Didn't get many starts, but he starts today. Ruhle with the pitch, 4-3, walk, 17 is high. Ewing will go ahead and swing, 2-5, star 3. That is a ground ball to third. And that is the second out. Best ever, Black & Decker. Tribe fan is really coming with the puns today. May have to ban him. Here's second baseman Jack Brohammer, 251 average, 7 homers, 40 RBI. Ruhle with the pitch, 3-5. That's a strikeout. The 11 will not get him. Brohammer will swing, 3-6. That's a star 6, and he flies out to center field. And a 1-2-3 inning again for the White Sox. Nice job by Ruhle. And we go to the bottom of inning number 2. For the Cats, here's the right fielder, Rusty Staub, who, like I said, a lot of people say should be in the Hall of Fame. Definitely Hall the Very Good. And if they would want to put him in the Hall of Fame, I really have no issue with him. One of the longest players that played baseball in a while, and Rusty Staub had Don Mattingly syndrome. Both players retired before the team they were with won the title. Bart Johnson will pitch. 6-4. That's a double question mark. Staub a lefty. A 1-3 would be a single. That's a 4, though. It will be a blank. Staub will swing 4-3, but instead he laces a double to right field. So Staub will take a double instead of a single. He'll wind up on second. And next up is the first baseman, Jason Thompson. 218 average, 17 homers, 54 ribbies. Infield will be normal. Anything on the strat? That's a 3. The answer is no. Johnson will pitch. And 2-4, strikeout. 18 is no good. Thompson will take a swing, 6-2, star 1, and he grounds it to second base. Ground out to second, out number 1. Staub will automatically make third, 1 out. Here's third baseman Aurelio Rodriguez, 240 average, 8 homers, 50 RBIs. Staub on at first. The White Sox are going to play the infield. They're going to play the infield halfway, even though there's no double play chance, but that makes Rusty Staub's base running rating of 1 and makes a range play a little easier. Let's check to see if anything happening on the strat, and that's the wrong dice to roll. And that is a 6. The answer is no. Johnson will pitch, and that's a 3-1. That's a blank. Rodriguez will swing away, and that's Sua dice. So re-roll. Rodriguez will swing, 6-4. Star 3, and that is a ground ball to third. Staub's base running rating is a 1, and he's going to stay there at third, so the throw's going to go to first automatically for out number 2. Our Red Sox fan joins us here at Tigers Stadium, King of the Hill, the most ultimate of them all. If baseball demos made me decide to use inside pitch as my game of choice, it was our Red Sox fan that made me really want to do this in the first place. That's why he is the King of the Hill. He does everything. And I want to see Game 7 of the 75 series. Get some pine tar baseball loaded up. 2 men out now, and here is if Pepe Manguel is my favorite baseball name in history, this guy would have to be my second favorite. Playing at catcher, John Walkenfuss. How can you not love that name? I'm sure he got teased in school. John Walkenfuss, 222 average, 3 homers, 10 RBIs. Sports Time Machine, another awesome channel, joins us here at Tigers Stadium. The infield will be back. Let's see if anything on the roll. There is not. Johnson will pitch, 6-2. Wild pitch in that 10. Oh, ball 1. Oh, boy, that was close. Ball 1, they'll do it again. Bart Johnson, 5-6. That's a walk. That 6 will walk Walkenfuss. So I guess that makes him Johnny Walkenfuss. He'll trot down to first on the walk. Here's the shortstop. Tom Verizor made an error early in the game, on the first play of the game, as a matter of fact. 234 average, a homer, 25 RBIs. Infield is still 2 outs. They're still going to be back. See if anything happening. No. Runners at the corners. Johnson trying to keep the Tigers off the pads. Bart Johnson, 6'4", double question mark. Verizor's a righty, but that's an automatic blank. There's nothing there. Verizor will swing, 6-5, and that's just a ground ball to second base. The throw will go to first. And with runners at the corners, the Tigers can't get anybody in there. No runs and a hit and a walk. After 2, no score. I can see that the White Sox and the Tigers are 5-11 and 4-13 for a reason by FastScore, by the 10-minute ticker. Baseball Demos has a rules question, and you may post it, sir. Top of the third, coming up as coming up leading off for the White Sox is the Red Sox's most favorite player in baseball history. Every Red Sox fan says they love Carl Yastrzemski. They all love Ted Williams. They all love Jimmy Rice, Dwight Evans, Roger Clemens. They all love him. No, nobody of those players compares to this guy. Shortstop Bucky Dent. Unfortunately, and I'm pretty sure our Red Sox fan is probably going to chew me out for that one. Bucky Dent is at short for the White Sox. 246 average, 2 homers, 52 RBIs. He is the Red Sox's fans. Every Red Sox fan loves Bucky bleeping Dent. Ruhle will pitch. 1-3, hit by pitch. That 5 is too high. Dent doesn't get smacked. Dent will swing, 3-3, and Dent laces a single past third. That's a base hit. Base hit for Bucky, as he'll go to first. Top of the order for the White Sox. Here's Kelly. He reached on an error his first time up. Infield will be halfway. See if anything happening. A 6, no. Ruhle will go ahead and pitch. And that is a 4-6. That's a blank. Kelly will swing away. 4-6. That's a fly out to right. Out number 1. Next up is Gar. Gar is 0 for 1. Strat says a 20. Ruhle turns to first, tries to get Dent. The only way I'll get him is on a 1. No, not even close. Ruhle will go ahead and pitch to Gar. 3-3. Home run question mark. Gar a lefty. A 1-6. The 12 is too high. Gar will swing though. 1-2. That's a ball hit to center field. That's a 15 against the righty. Ralph Gar just smacked a triple off of Vern Ruhle. Oh, Ralph Gar put some power into that one and sends a triple there. And he, as a lefty, he pulls it into right. Dent will come in to score. Garr is going to go to third. RBI triple for Garr. And the White Sox have jumped out in front 1-0. As sports time machine, yeah. I'll answer your question at the end of the half inning there, baseball demos. So Garr is on at third on an RBI triple, 1-0 Sox. And now the batter is George Orta. And let's see what they're gonna do here. They're gonna call the infield. They're gonna call the infield in to prevent any runs coming in. At least that it actually turns Garr's base running rating into 1. See if anything on the strat, and that is a 5, and the answer is no. Ruhle will go ahead and pitch. 2-5, that's an error on a grounder. Orta swings, 2-5, that's a ball hit to center. That is a ball hit to center field, and that is a 6. Against the lefty, that's going to be a triple by George Orta. He smacks a triple into center field. Deep. Actually, I'm sorry, against the righty. I'm sorry. What I got here, a 6. That's not a triple. That is a double. Rules a double. So that is a double for Orta. It'll still score Garr. It'll still score Garr automatically. Now, it's a possible error on a grounder. It is hit to center. So the ball is hit to LaFleur. His error rating is a 6. If he boots this ball, Orta's got a very good chance to score. And yes, he does boot it out there. That is a 3, and that's going to be a double and an error. Double and an error. That is an E8. That's an E8 on LaFleur. He makes the error in center field. That's going to be the second error on the Tigers. That's an error on a grounder. Orta automatically goes to third. Now can he score? His base running rating is a 2. LaFleur has a +1 arm, so a 3. So a 1-3, Orta is going to get in there. And no, he stays at third. Wow, he stays at third. So he'll stay there as the ball came in quickly, but a double and an error. It's now 2-0 on favor of the White Sox. They ought to play the infield in. Yeah, we're going to get a lot of puns, I see. So Orta holds at third. Vern Ruhle can't believe it. That's the second error on the Tigers. And here's Carlos May. May is 0 for 0. He walked his first time up. The infield is now going to play halfway, even though Orta could score, but they want to make the range plays a little easier. Check to see if anything on the strat. That is a 12. The answer is no. Ruhle will pitch. 5-2. Strikeout. 19 is high. May will swing. 2-5. Base hit to left field. That'll score Orta. And the White Sox are already trying to change history here, as they now have a 3-0 lead in a game where they lost 7-1 historically. RBI single by Carlos May. They're going to go talk to Ruhle on the mound, see what's going on. And here's Spencer. Spencer is 0 for 1. And the infield is going to stay halfway. There's still 1 out here in the top of the third. See if anything on the strat. That is a 17. The answer is no. Ruhle will go ahead and pitch. 3-6. That's a blank. He is not tired. Spencer will swing. 2-3. Line out. Back to Ruhle. That's out number 2. And in order to get May, he needs to roll a 1-4, and he does not. May gets back. Line out back to the pitcher, but May dives back for the bag, and he is safe. 2 outs. Oh, Vern Ruhle just, wow, what great reaction by May. But he's safe. Now the batter is Downing. Downing is 0 for 1. 2 outs. Infield is back. See if anything on the strat. That is a 5. No. Ruhle will go ahead and pitch. 2-3 against the righty. It's a blank. Downing will swing, and there goes the blue die over here. Do it again. Downing will swing. 6-5. That's a line out to short, and that'll end the inning. So the White Sox pick up 3 runs on 4 hits and an error and take a 3-0 lead going into the bottom of the 3rd. Carlos May wore his birthday on the back of his jersey, May 17th. Oh, I didn't know that. Bottom of the 3rd. Let me answer this. So baseball demo has asked, runner on first, roll on pitcher is E. Batter result is single to right field. The right fielder fails the error check. Does runner on first score or only get to 3rd? Okay, so it's an E. So it's an E. So you know it's in there. So it's a hit. It's a ball hit to right field. It's a ball hit to right field. But in this case, if it's an error, the runner advancement doesn't matter. You don't use runner advancement on an error. The error checks, error results cancel out runner advancement, so it doesn't matter. So what you do is the right fielder fails the error check. If it's a single, it's an automatic extra base. So it's automatically 2 bases on the hit, and then you roll to see if the runner on first if he's on first, he's automatically going to get to 3rd. Then you got to roll to see if he scores, and you roll his base running rating plus the outfielder arm. That's how you do that. So if there's a runner on here, I'll go demonstrate using these guys. So base hit to right, runner on first. It's a single and an error. So it's automatically 1 base. All right. But if it's an error, it's automatically 2 bases. So you give 2 bases no matter what. No matter what. Then you roll the base running rating of the batter to see against the outfielder arm to see if he scores or not. I made a little chart that if you want, take a screen. I'm going to put this out here for a few minutes. This is a little chart I made for myself. What to do about double steals, error on a grounder. Remember, no errors on grounders in the infield. Okay. And this is my little error chart. So if you want, I'm just going to put this out for a couple of seconds. You can come back to this video, screenshot that, and then you'll go ahead and then you can make your own little chart to help you out. It took me a little while before I got used to it, and Chris says he is going to do version 3 of the rules. So there will be rules checks. There will be rules, okay, updates coming very soon from him. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, and Bart Johnson will take the mound for the White Sox, and leading off for the Tigers will be second baseman Gary Sutherland. He'll be traded to the Brewers later in the year. 211 average, a homer, 15 RBI. Anytime a player comes up with a different card from a different team, I'll always let you know that player is going to be either traded or will be traded. And then, of course, when that player's on the other team, I won't even probably mention it. So Bart Johnson will pitch to Sutherland, which I don't mind the extra colors. 3-3, home run question mark. Sutherland is a righty, a 1-8. The 9 is too high. Sutherland will swing. 5-2, and against a righty, Sutherland goes ahead and smacks a double to right. And the Tigers finally get a big hit here. Leadoff double by Sutherland. Second leadoff double in a row for Detroit. Sutherland will hold at first and second base. I'm sorry, here's Ron LaFleur. Traded for Pedro Garcia. Exactly. Yeah, you would know the 76 season, Dave, because you played the Bird. And I unfortunately, looking at the schedule, I don't know, unless the Tigers can get out of last place, I may not be able to get a game with the Bird in, but we'll see what happens. Sutherland on its second. Here's LaFleur. LaFleur is 0 for 1. Infield is normal. And the strat says a 3, which is nothing happening. Johnson will pitch 1-3. That's a possible error. LaFleur will swing 4-6. And that's going to be a base hit into center field. That's going to be a single. The ball is hit to center. And that is hit to Gar. Gar's error rating is a 2. That's a 15, so there is not going to be an error. Now, will that score Sutherland? Sutherland's base running rating is a 2. Single to center from second base to get home, +2 is a 4. Gar has a 0 arm. A 1-4, Sutherland will score. 5 he holds, 6 someone's out. That is a 5. He will not score. He holds at third as Gar got the ball in there quickly. And he will hold. Single to center, and he can't get him in. So now runners at the corners, and maybe the Tigers can get something going here, down 3-0. Here's Alex Johnson. Johnson is 0 for 1. Infield is going to play halfway. They're going to play for 2. They don't mind the run going. And if it is a ground ball, I probably will send Sutherland. So Johnson will, let's see if anything on the strat first. And that is a 12. There's nothing happening, although LaFleur has a high attempt rating, but it just beats it. Bart Johnson adds 1, a 9. So a 12 is a little bit high, so that doesn't matter. Johnson will pitch. 4-4. Strikeout, 20 out of the park. Johnson will swing 5-3. And that's a star 4, and that's going to be a ground ball to short. Sutherland is going to come on home. And the White Sox are going to try to turn the double play. So 2, 3, 4. The second baseman for the White Sox is Brohammer. And he has no adjustment, no arm. So a 1-4, they'll turn the double play. No, they do not. So the runners do advance. So Sutherland comes in to score anyway. LaFleur makes it to second. The only play they had was getting Johnson out at first. 1 out. But the Tigers are on the board. It's 3-1. Found a 2019 player not carded or on PDF download. Lefty reliever Xavier Cedeno of Cubs. Only pitched 2 innings all season, but was active when they played the Nats. I would email him and see what he has. There's actually a player in the 76 season that he's not carded. There's actually a player in the 76 season not carded because he didn't have a single at bat. He didn't have a single at bat, but he was a pinch runner. You guys might know who that might have been. And right now, I forget his name, but I know there was a player he didn't card for 76 only because he had no at bats. LaFleur is on at second base. Next batter is going to be Willie Horton. Horton is 0 for 1. Herb Washington, no. That's not him. It started with an L. I believe his name started with an L. He didn't have any at-bats. He was a pinch runner, and that was the only reason why he was used. He never took a swing. Never had a plate appearance. He was only a pinch runner. I forget the guy it was. Maybe I'll check real quick as soon as this inning is over. Bart Johnson will pitch to Willie Horton. The infield will be back. Let's see if there's anything on the strat. That is a 16, nothing happening. Johnson will pitch. And that is a 4-3 strikeout. 20 is no good. Larry Lintz, that's him. 4-4. And that's going to be a ball hit to center field. And that is a 10 against a righty. Too high. That's going to be a fly out to center. Oh, Horton didn't get all of that. That's 2 outs. Larry Lintz did not have a single at bat, but he was a pinch runner only. Here's Rusty Staub with 2 outs. Infield will be normal. And that doesn't really bother me that much. I usually don't use pinch runners anyway, but I mean, I can, but it doesn't bother me that much. After all, don't you guys play? Doesn't people play games, that don't have all the players carded? I got to admit though, Chris does the best job he can. As long, of course, I don't even know if Larry Lintz is even carded for Payoff Pitch. But then again, Payoff Pitch doesn't have the 76 season. Johnson with the pitch, and I should roll a strat anyway. 16, nothing happening. Johnson will pitch. 1-4, that's a blank. Rusty Staub will swing. 5-2, and against a righty, that's a base hit for Staub. He gets a single. Will that score LaFleur? Probably should. Base running rating is a 4, with 2 outs is a 5, and that ball, it's a 5-2, so actually doesn't matter. So it's a single 4. Yeah, he scores easily. LaFleur comes in to score on a single 4. Staub is on at first. That is a single. A base hit for Staub, and now it's 3-2. So here come the Tigers. White Sox get out to a 3-0 lead. Now the Tigers get 2 runs here in the bottom of the third. Here's Jason Thompson. 2 outs still. Checking on a strat, see if anything happening. And a 4. No. Misses a hit and run chance. And I'm not going to do it. It's a hit and run. The only way you can do it will be a hit and run. And it had to be a 2 or a 3 in this case. Staub. Johnson with the pitch. 5-2. Range play. I think that's the first range play we've had. 2-1. Ground ball to second base. That ball is hit to Brohammer. His range is a 5. No, he can't get it. That is just a little bit out of his reach. It's a 6. Rusty Staub's base running rating is a 3, and he will make third. With 2 outs, he will get there. Jason Thompson barely hits it out of the range of Brohammer, who had very good range there, but he just couldn't get it. And now runners at the corners, and here's Aurelio Rodriguez. Rodriguez is 0 for 1. White Sox now trying to get out of this jam. They go talk to Johnson on the mound for a minute. Now we'll pitch to Rodriguez. Check the strat. That is a 3. And a possible hit and runs available, but not with Thompson with a stolen base chance of 7. Forget that. Johnson will pitch. 2-1. That's a blank. Rodriguez will swing. 1-2. That's a fly out to left, and that will end the inning. 2 runs come in for Detroit on 4 hits of their own. So the White Sox had 4 hits in the top of the third. The Tigers had 4 hits in the bottom of the third, although they only scored the 2 runs. After 3-2 in favor of the Chi Sox. And how did I know about Larry Lintz and such? I use Action PC. Would you say the Brohammer? Stop with the puns. Jeez, you're killing me here. And how I knew Larry Lintz wasn't utilized is because I use Action PC Baseball to set the rosters. Action PC is very close to correct, although I tried to use Out of the Park, and Out of the Park is actually a little easier to use for me, but Out of the Park, for some reason, their transactions are messed up. So I don't know what it is with they use, I believe, the lip system, but their transactions are all messed up, but they have players that are on the team they're not supposed to. I found Action PC Baseball to be correct, and that's why I use to set the rosters up. So every time I play a game, I always turn on Action PC Baseball and then simulate a couple of games to the day. So while I'm actually playing this, I'm also doing a simulation with Action of the same year. All right. And then I go to the date and then I check the rosters to see if there were any changes. So I use Action PC Baseball for roster checks. And I have all the seasons. So it doesn't matter what season we choose here. Top of the fourth, leading off for the Sox will be Sam Ewing. Ewing is 0 for 1. Ruhle will come back on the mound. Hopefully he'll get a better inning than the last one. Ruhle with the pitch, 5-3, strikeout 3, got him. He gets a K. And that is the first strikeout for Ruhle. And now here is Jack Brohammer. Speaking of Brohammer. Brohammer is 0 for 1. Ruhle 3-2. Wild pitch. Ball 1. Ruhle 4-3. That's a walk. That 17 is high. Brohammer swings 1-1. Fly out to right. 2 men down. And here is every Red Sox fan's favorite player, Bucky Bleepin' Dent, who's 1 for 1. Ruhle will pitch 1-3. Hit by pitch again. That's the second time Dent tries to get hit by a pitch, and he avoids it. For some reason, nobody likes Bucky Dent. Can't imagine why. 5-6 for Dent. He just grounds out to short, and that'll end the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning for Ruhle, which he did need. Poor Bucky Dent doesn't get any love by the fans. Bottom of the 4th, now we'll see if Bart Johnson has a better inning. And here is John Walkenfuss leading off for the Tigers. Walkenfuss walked his first time up, so that was the Walkenfuss walk. Johnson with the pitch. Yep, traded in 77 for Oscar Gamble. That was a good trade for both teams, yes. 5-3, and that 5-3, that is a blank on Johnson. Walkenfuss will swing 1-4, star 2, fly out to center. One down, here's Tom Verizor. Verizor is 0 for 1. Johnson will pitch. 2-2, that's a blank. Verizor will swing. 6-1, and that's a ball hit to center field. That is a 6 against a righty. Verizor has a single. He goes ahead and smacks a single to center. Getting a lot of question mark hits off the batter card tonight. Verizor will hold at first base. I think Vern Ruhle ever met Tom Thumb. Chat, you might want to do something about your boy here. Sports Time Machine says that. All you guys, those puns are getting to me. Here's Gary Sutherland, and he's 1 for 1. He doubled his first time up. Infield will be halfway. Check the strat. 19, nothing happening. Johnson will pitch. 6-4. That's a double question mark. Sutherland a righty. That's an automatic blank against right-handed batters. Sutherland will swing away. 2-4. That's a base hit to left. Johnson smacks one into left. Let's see. Verizor, a 2. Single to left. -2 is a 0. Left fielder for the White Sox is May. He has a +2 arm. So a 1-2, Verizor is going to get to third. 3-5, he holds. 6, someone's out. That is a 1. He will get to third base. Now, Gary Sutherland rounding first. He has a base running rating of 2. A 1-2, he takes second. No, he stays at first. Single for Sutherland. And once again, the Tigers are in business here. Suffneck cow. God, you guys are terrible tonight. Really. Runners at the corners. And the top of the order here for the Tigers, here's LaFleur. LaFleur is 1 for 2. The infield is going to stay halfway. They're going to try to turn 2. And Brad Hand. Stop it! Runners at first and third. Johnson is good. Let's see if anything happening on the strat. You guys are messing up my concentration, what there is of it. 15, nothing happening. Johnson will pitch. 1-4, that's a blank. LaFleur will swing. 2-2, and that's a base hit past third. We got a tie game. LaFleur gets a single. Verizor will come in to score. Sutherland's base running rating is a 2. No way he can get to third base, so he'll hold at second. And LaFleur is safe at first, and we're tied at 3. Second hit of the game for LaFleur. And stadium cheers. Yay! So runners at first and second now with still only 1 out. And here's Alex Johnson. He's 0 for 2. Infield will stay halfway. Strat says a 19, nothing happening. Johnson will go ahead. Bart will pitch. 5-4. That's a blank. Alex Johnson will swing 1-3, and that's a ground ball to second base. Do they turn it? 2, 3, 4. Shortstop for the White Sox is Dent. He has no arm. 1-4, they turn the double play. Yes, they do. Side retired. 4-6-3, inning over. The Tigers, though, do get a run on 3 hits. After 4, we're tied at 3. Top of the 5th inning. Pat Kelly will come on to pitch. But yes, Baseball Demos does know his 1976 season, as he did the entire Birds campaign for the 76 Tigers, his Cy Young Award year. For those of you who don't know about it, please watch his games. They were fun. And they were very close. And they were very close. They were very close to the actual stats, which is pretty good for Inside Pitch. Inside Pitch, in my opinion, is a pretty accurate game. Vern Ruhle will pitch to Kelly. Kelly is 0 for 1, reached on an error in the 1st inning. 5-4 for Ruhle. That's a strikeout. The 20 is out of the park. No pun intended for that ball game. 2-2, star 6, fly out to center. That's the first out. Here's Ralph Garr. Garr hit a triple last time up. He's 1 for 2. Ruhle, 3-6. Blank. He's not tired. That's not a single. Garr will swing 4-3. He flies out to center as well. As Ron LaFleur getting a lot of action out there. Here's George Orta. Orta got a double and an error and reached an extra base on an error his last time up, and he has an RBI. Vern Ruhle, 2-6. That's a double question mark. Orta a lefty. A 1-4 would be a single. The 12 is high. Orta will swing 6-5, and he flies out to center. So all 3 batters go fly out to Ron LaFleur in center field, and both other outfielders say, "Hey, look, man, can you let somebody else have a turn?" 3 up and 3 down for Ruhle. Looks like he's settled down a little bit since the 3rd inning. Halfway through the game, tied at 3. If a pitcher gets a home run, just don't say it's in the wheelhouse. Alex Johnson's a 5 in the 72 strats and groans. Ugh. Yeah, I know, right? Bottom of the 5th. We'll see if Willie Horton hears a who. He leads off. He's 0 for 2. DH for Detroit. Johnson, 3-2, strikeout, 12, got him, struck him out. Horton did not hear a who, or he might have heard something, but he didn't hear any, but that didn't help him. That's the first strikeout for Johnson. He had 91 Ks and 66 BBs in that year. Here's Rusty Staub. Staub having a good night, 2 for 2, 2 doubles. Johnson with the pitch. 3-5 against the lefty. That's a walk plus 10. Yeah, that'll walk Staub, but not a problem. That 10 will walk him, and Staub finds himself on base for the 3rd time tonight. Jason Thompson will be next. So they put Horton in the outfield. He's an auto 1 E20 with a +2 arm. Well, that's like I said for Strat. So 1 out. Staub is on at first. Let's see if anything happening on the Strat. The 6 says negative. Johnson will pitch to Thompson. And that is a 3-6. That's a blank. Thompson will swing. 6-6. And against a right-hander, that is going to be a clean double into right field for Jason Thompson. Will that score Staub? Base running rating of 2. Double to right, -1. And the right fielder for the White Sox is Kelly. He adds 1, so it's a 2. So a 1-2, Staub will score. Yes, he does. Staub does come in to score. That is a double, and that is a 1. Jason Thompson's base running rating is a 3. On a 1-3, he takes third on the throw, and he does not. He stays at second. Double for Jason Thompson. Tigers take the lead 4-3 on the White Sox. So they have come back and taken the lead. Stadium cheers. Yay! Here's Aurelio Rodriguez, White Sox bullpen getting ready. Bart Johnson's reached pretty much his ERA. They would like to see if he can get out here. Is the 6-6 out for runner tagging up, going from second to third, or third to home, or both? If it's a 6-6, the lead runner advances, and then if it's a 6, it's a rundown. It's a rundown if it's a 6-6 for the trail runner. Remember, if it's a 6, the lead runner in his system. The lead runner is only out on a 6, 2 to 5. That's the only way the lead runner is out in his system. A 1 or a 6, the lead runner still advances to the next base, but a trailing runner is out or possibly out. If it's a 1, the leading trailing runner is out. If it's a 6, it's a rundown. And then it gets a little bit more complicated after that, but that's okay. Trust me, it took a while before I finally figured it out that now I'm actually smooth with the game system, with the base running. And I still think, even though the base running system could be a little clunky, I think it actually has the most depth of any base running out there. It's not abstracted. Base running in this game is not abstracted. Oh, it's a single to third, automatic 2 bases. A single to center field, automatic 2 bases. Nope. And that's another reason why I like this game. Right, but on a fly ball advance, I hear you say he's only on a 6-6. On a fly ball advance, on a runner to second to third, on a runner trying to go to second or third, okay, on a 6-6, he is out. You still have to roll to see if there's going to be out. That's correct. And I'll show you the chart. If you can see, all right, fly out, runner on second with less than 2 out, roll 2d6. If 1d6 is less than or equal to the adjusted base runner, advance to third. Otherwise, hold. Runner 6, roll 6 and 6, runner thrown out trying to advance. Thompson on its second. That's on a fly out. That's the only way you do on a fly out. The only way you do that. He's only out on a 6-6 because pretty much that doesn't happen much on a runner tagging up from second to third on a straight fly out. Doesn't always happen. But like I said, he's going to be doing some updating, so there may be some changes to the chart. I already heard he already made a change, although it's not totally official yet. Thompson on its second, Rodriguez at the plate, 1 out. Let's see if anything happening on the strat. That is a 9, no. Bart Johnson will pitch, and that is a 2-6, that's a blank. Aurelio Rodriguez will swing away, 2-6 himself, and he pops out to third. Infield fly rule out number 2 automatically. And now here's Johnny Walkenfuss. He's 0 for 1. Dr. Pepper joins us here at Tigers Stadium. Johnson will pitch. We'll see if anything on the strat. That's a 15. Nope. Johnson, 3-5. Against a righty, it's a blank. Walkenfuss will swing for 3, and he pops out to short, and that will end the inning. So 1 run for the Tigers on 1 hit and a walk, a big-time double. After 5, the Tigers have taken the lead 4-3. In this battle of early cellar dwellers in the American League. Both these teams are in the bottom of the cellar thanks to 10-minute ticker and a couple of games on the board. He is going to make a change. Error on a throw. Now, if you know, On an error on a throw on the chart, you know that there is no error on a throw on flyouts. But there came into the forum. I check the forums daily, and they said that, well, could there be an error on a throw on a sacrifice fly? The answer to the question is yes, there can be. Now, if it's an if it passes the SF check on the card, so I'll use Carlos May. He's the next batter anyway. If it passes the sacrifice fly rating check, there is no error because this is automatic. But let's say the runner has to come through. If Carlos May's base running rating is a 3, and you roll to see if he comes in, if I only had to roll the D20 once on the original roll, then I don't roll it again. Whatever that roll is, I'm going to decide if there was an error on the throw from the outfielder. If, of course, then you roll the base running to see if he comes in. If it comes up as an out, but there was an error on a throw, he's safe. Simple, because the throw was offline and it went bye-bye. And then, of course, you check to see if there were anybody else on the bases. He is going to say that there is no throwing error. If there could be a throwing error if there's anybody on base. So he's going to be some changes to the charts. So stay tuned. There is going to be version 3 of the rules. And I've also asked him to put in my 2 points, my 2 cents, or 1.5 cents, as the case may be. As I asked him, I said, look, you should have a runner safe mode so the runners don't automatically advance on a batter getting thrown out when you're 5 or 6 runs behind. I just don't see that happening. We'll see what he does. This is still the most exciting game you can play. Top of the 6th. Notice I didn't say the best. I just said the most exciting and my favorite right now. Tigers lead 4-3, top of the 6th. Ruhle will pitch to Carlos May. May is 1 for 1, singled his first time up. 2-6, that is a double question mark against a lefty. May would be a 1-4. That is between 6 and 14. It won't matter. It's going to be too high either way. May will swing away 5-5, and he flies out to center. And that is the 4th straight fly out to center done by the White Sox. So again, Ron LaFleur getting a lot of work, and now the other 2 outfielders, Staub and Johnson, are beginning to get jealous. Ruhle will now pitch to Jim Spencer. He is 0 for 2. I concur. Most exciting, but not most accurate. We can argue that. Everybody can argue their games are the most accurate. If you have time, can you tell us why you left Payoff Pitch? I haven't left Payoff Pitch. I know I haven't played it a lot lately, and Vern Ruhle will pitch to Spencer. 6-3. That is a range play at the park. Tiger Stadium will say 3-3, and that's going to be a fly out to left field, but that's a range play. So that ball is hit to Johnson. Oh, boy. That's hit to Johnson. Alex Johnson's range in left field is a 1. Nope. Is that going to be a single or a double? That's going to be a double for Jim Spencer. He hits it way over Johnson's head, and that'll be a double for Spencer. And now here's Brian Downing. 1 out, runner on second now, tying run aboard. Let's see if anything happening on the strat. The infield will be normal. That is a 2. Spencer does have a steal chance, a 12. Ruhle doesn't adjust it. Walkenfuss is a 0. It'll be a 1 to 12 for Spencer to steal third. No, I'll let Downing hit away. No need to. I think he'll score on a base hit probably anyway. Ruhle will pitch to Downing. 6-4, another range play. Downing will swing 6-2, and that is a base hit to left field, but that's a range play. Again, Johnson gets a chance, and again, his range is a 1. He won't get that one either, and that's going to be a single for Downing. Will it score Spencer? Spencer with a 2, base running rating of 2. Single to left to get to home. +1 is a 3. And Johnson has a +1 arm. So a 1 to 4, Spencer will score. That is a 2, and he does. Spencer comes in on an RBI single by Brian Downing. We're tied at 4. So this game is going back and forth between two cellar dwellers. Can I tell us where I left Payoff Pitch? I love Payoff Pitch tremendously. At one point, it was my favorite game. But when I was playing it, I felt there was something missing from the game. There was something missing from the game for me. And it may have been excitement. One roll, and the base running to me was getting a little bit too abstracted with the with using the fact cards, which you really need to use when you play. For a hybrid version. It was missing something. I was missing a little excitement. Here in Inside Pitch, its game is always exciting, no matter what the next roll is. I have no idea. Plus, the one thing about Inside Pitch, every card is different. So in Payoff Pitch, if you roll like, no matter what the roll is off the pitcher, wheelhouse, in play, in play, tough, patient, and the percentile don't roll is like in the 80s or 90s, you know that's going to be an out. You already know it's going to be probably an out, unless, of course, the battered card is higher than those rolls. You already know it's going to be an out. Here on Inside Pitch, you have to read the card. You cannot assume. You must read the card. And even though Dave is correct, may be not the most accurate, but then again, it's accurate enough for me. It's accurate enough for me. And I've had games where we've been very close to the actual scores. And then, of course, we've had games like last night, which was 16-8 in a game where the final score historically was 5-1. But you get games like that once in a while. Can you imagine Inside Pitch with fact cards? No. And I don't want them with fact cards. No. No. Let the dice take care of it. The dice run the game 100%. There's no card flipping. Dice run the game 100%. No card flipping. Now, of course, a lot of fact card aficionados that play with fact cards, like for games such as Fall Classic or the new 4th Street Baseball that Tony at C&D Cards and Dice is demoing for himself, which actually looks like that's pretty interesting. The only issue I'm having with that, it takes a minute to decide what the play was. I'm having an issue with that already. Downing on it first, we're tied at 4. Ruhle in a little bit of a jam. Tigers now got their bullpen going. And here is Sam Ewing. Plus, with Inside Pitch, you get all the cards, just like Payoff Pitch. You get all the players. Minus a couple here and there. But does it really hurt anything? I really don't think so. Inside Pitch card quality was a stick stock as Payoff Pitch. That would be awesome. If Inside Pitch had the card quality of Payoff Pitch, then Inside Pitch is the best game bar none, and that's it. That's it. Although I really have no issue with the card quality of Inside Pitch. It's still pretty tough. And I found out what card stock he uses, which is 110 card stock. So for players that, for players that were fringe players that he did not print out, I found the same card stock, printed it out. They still look good. So Sam Ewing will go. Yeah, I can't believe all the players carded, because it's now what he does, which I wish some of the teams would card system would do. See, Joe Bryan at Payoff Pitch, he cards players multiple times if they were traded. Now that would be great if Chris would do that for Inside Pitch. Yes, see, they will do that. And traded players get their own card. So, like, for instance, Gary Sutherland on the Brewers here, he has a Brewers card, but he's on the Tigers now. If Joe Bryan did the 76 season, he would have a Gary Sutherland card for the Brewers and a card for the Tigers. That I do like from him. Like I said, if you could take Inside Pitch, merge it with Payoff Pitch in terms of card quality and some of the extra nuances that Joe Bryan does, you'd have the best game I think you could get. Let's roll for Strat. That's a 1. Ooh, Downing. Will he try to steal? He's got a 14 And Downing had 7 stolen bases. Walkenfuss is a 0, 1 out. Ewing is a 220 batter. Yeah, let's try to steal. Downing's going to take off. A 1-14, he's safe. Yeah, he gets there. Downing will steal second base. So now a runner in scoring position, and now we'll do the strat roll again, and that took away the double play chance. And that is a 2. Does Downing try to steal third? No. He had to be a 1. Ruhle will pitch. And that is a 4-3. That's a walk. The 16 is high. Ewing will swing 4-6, and he grounds it to second base. Downing will make it to third. Ewing is out, and that's out number 2. Now with a man on third, can Jack Brohammer bring him in? 2 outs. Checking on a strat. That is a 5. No play. Ruhle will pitch. 5-3. Strikeout. 14 is high. Brohammer will swing. 1-2. That is a ball hit to right field. That is a 15 against the righty. It's too high. And that's just going to be a fly out to right. And that will end the inning as he cannot get the run in. But the White Sox do tie it up. 1 run on 2 hits. Tied at 4. Back and forth game. Not too bad. A back and forth ball game. At least we got a better game than we had last night. 16-8. Ugh. Bottom of the 6th inning. Yeah, the Sutcliffe season for 84. If he did split cards. Yeah, I agree. Bottom of the 6th inning, Bart Johnson. Let's see, who leads off? Leading off for the Tigers is Tom Verizon. And they are going to American League Baseball. He can pitch to 28 batters, and he's pitched to 26. He's out. And they're going to bring in a lefty to deal with Verizon. If there's one in the pen. And let's see who they got. And they're going to go with Terry Forster. So Johnson's going to get a no decision. So here's Terry Forster. He'll pitch against Tom Verizon here to start the bottom of the 6th. Forster 2-12, a save, 4.37 ERA, but he does have some relief appearances. That is a 3-2 hit by pitch. That 15 is high. Verizon will swing. 5-3. He flies out the left. And he's now 1 for 3 for the game. And now here's Gary Sutherland. Sutherland is 2 for 2, having a good day today. Makes me wonder why the Tigers traded him, but I guess that 211 average might have had something to do with it. Forster, 2-6. That's a walk. That 10 is high. Sutherland will swing. 3-2, and that's a ground out to short. Out number 2. And now the batter will be Ron LaFleur. But even though Inside Pitch does not do split cards for different players on different teams, I actually don't mind the colors. And it actually tells me that I got to put that player is going to be on that team near the end of the year. Forster will pitch, or in the middle of the year, come trading time. 6-4, and that is a strikeout. That 18 is high. LaFleur will swing. He's 2 for 3, by the way. 3-4, and that's going to be a star 4, and he just grounds it to third. So a 1-2-3 inning by Terry Forster. He gets the job done. And we're still tied at 6 after 4. Top of the 7th. And let's see. Leading off for the White Sox is every Red Sox's favorite player, Bucky Dent. Dent is 1 for 2. Let's see if they're going to keep Ruhle. Ruhle can pitch to 27 batters, and Dent would be his last one, and he's going to pitch to him. So he'll pitch to Dent, and then we'll probably see a new pitcher, maybe. Vern Ruhle will pitch to Dent here. Top of the 7th, tied at 4. Ruhle 6-6. That's a strikeout. 20, no. Dent will swing 6-4, and that's a base hit past short. That's a single, and Dent is now 2 for 3. Leadoff hit by Bucky Bleepin' Dent. Now the batter is Pat Kelly, and Ruhle's going to pitch to, and no, we'll do it. No, I don't think you do here now, so because now Ruhle is tired. So that's going to be it for Vern Ruhle. He comes out. And let's see who the next batter is on the follower. And I think they're going to bring in a right-hander. They're going to bring in a right-hander to pitch to Kelly, even though Kelly, it's left on left. But thing about it, you look at Gar. So they're going to go with a right-hander here against Kelly. Let's see who the White Sox have got. It is a 4-4 tie, so they want to bring in a decent pitcher. Although they really didn't have many of them. They're going to bring in Steve Grilly. 3 wins, 1 loss, 3 saves. 4.64 ERA. Steve Grilly will pitch to Pat Kelly. Infield is halfway. I am still rolling Strat. And that is an 8. And nothing happening there. Grilly will pitch. And that is a 6-2. That against a lefty, that's a blank. Kelly will swing. 4-3. Star 1. That's a ground ball to second base. Do they turn the 2? 2-0-3. Shortstop for the Tigers is Verizon. He has a 0 arm. A 1-3. They turn the double play. Yes, they do easily. 2 outs. And looks like bringing in Grilly was the right move. So 2 outs now. Here's Ralph Gar. On a nice 4-6-3 double play. Gar is 1 for 3, has a triple. Grilly will pitch. 1-6, and that is a walk chance. That 15 is high. Gar will swing. 4-3, and he flies out to center, and that will end the inning. No runs. There was a hit. We are at the 7th inning stretch. We're tied at 4 in a pretty good baseball game between 2 cellar dwellers, or I should say early cellar dwellers in the season. Sing your Take Me Out to the Ball Game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we have 10-minute ticker at the end of tonight's game. And tomorrow will be May 10th of the season as we start our second schedule block. So now, again, we go through all the teams, every team in the league. And we got a good one tomorrow. We're going to be in Oakland. The California Angels will take on the Oakland Athletics. And this is a good matchup, as I usually like to start with the division leaders. Oakland is 14-9. The Angels are 13-11. Of course, we haven't had 10-minute ticker yet. So we got a matchup of the 2 top leaders in the American League West. So we go from cellar dwellers to top cellar. And we got a good matchup. It's Nolan Ryan going to take on Paul Mitchell. So the Ryan Express is there for the Angels tomorrow. So that's a good matchup to start the next schedule block. California at Oakland will stay at the American League for another day. Ryan against Mitchell. Good matchup, I think. Looking forward to doing that one. As the Halos take on the Swingin' A's. Bottom of the 7th, Terry Forster is going to stay out there. Maybe. Alex Johnson leads off for the Tigers, and no, they're going to pull him. Terry Forster going to come back. They're going to go with a right-hander here against Johnson. Johnson does hit lefties very well. Coming on to pitch for the White Sox is going to be Pete Vukovich. Pete Vukovich. There you go. Another blast from the past. Vukovich, 7-4, 4.65 ERA. He'll pitch to Alex Johnson. Tied at 4, bottom of the 7th. Vukovich will pitch 4-5, and that's a wild pitch. That's ball 1. Do it again. Vukovich, 6-4. That's a blank. Johnson will swing 5-3, star 4. That's a ground ball to first. Next up is Willie Horton. Horton is 0 for 3. Vukovich will pitch to Horton. That's a 2-5 against a righty. Strikeout 17 is high. Not many strikeouts today. Horton will swing 3-1. That's a ball hit to left field. That is a 4 against a righty. Horton has himself a single. Base hit for Horton. That's his first hit of the game. He's now 1 for 4. The go-ahead run gets on base. A chance now for Rusty. Rusty is having a good night. He's 2 for 2, 2 doubles and a walk. The infield will be halfway. I am rolling a strat. 9, nothing happening on the play. Vukovich will pitch. 5-4, that's a walk chance, and that 8 will walk Staub. So now we got runners at first and second and 1 out. Staub draws the walk. His second time he's walked today. And the Tigers are in business. And now can Jason Thompson bring in a run? Thompson is 2 for 3, a single and a double. And what do they want to do here? They're going to let Vukovich pitch to him. Infield still halfway. Let's check to see on the strat. 15, nothing happening. Vukovich ready to deal to Thompson. And that's a 3-5. That's a blank. Thompson gets to swing. 1-5. And he grounds it to second base. Did they turn the double play? 2, -1. So 2, 1, 2. And that shortstop is Dent. It's a 0. A 1-2. They turn the double play. Yes, they do. Second to shortstop. Back to first for 2. Double play. The White Sox get out of the inning. 4-6-3 inning over. No runs and a hit. As Vukovich gets a little bit of defense out there to help him out. After getting up a hit and a quit and a walk. We're still tied at 4 after 7. Top of the 8th. Leading off for the White Sox is Orta. Grilly will pitch to him. Grilly can pitch to 8 batters. He's only pitched to 5. We'll see how long they keep him out there. In case we go to extra innings, I may have to keep pitchers out there. Tied at 4, top of the 8th. Grilly will pitch to Orta. And that's a 1-1. That's a blank. He is not tired. Orta will swing 6-5. Fly out to center. Wow. I tell you, LaFleur is getting a lot of work. He's made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 putouts today in center field. And only one time, 1 fly out to left and 2 fly outs to right. And that's it. LaFleur getting a lot of work. He's gonna need like an ice bath when he gets done today. Here's Carlos May. He is 1 for 2. Grilly will pitch. 4-6. Error on a throw. May will swing. 1-4. Star 1. And that is a ground ball to second base. The ball is hit to Sutherland. His error rating is an 8. That's a 15. He won't make the error. Throws to first. Out number 2. Nice play by Sutherland to avoid the error. And now Jim Spencer. Spencer, 1 for 3. Grilly will pitch. And that is a 4-2. Strikeout. 12 is high. Spencer will swing. 3-6-4. Fly out to left. 1-2-3 inning for Ruhle. He's doing a pretty good job tonight in relief of Vern Ruhle. We go to the bottom of the 8th. And they're and the White Sox are going to hope that Vukovich can do the same thing because he's going to stay out there. Aurelio Rodriguez leads off for Detroit in the bottom of the 8th inning. Rodriguez is 0 for 3. Vukovich, 5-6. That's at the park. Tiger Stadium hasn't seen much. Unlike last night, Jerry Park got a lot of work. Tiger Stadium hasn't seen much today. Tiger Stadium, 3-6. And that's a ground out to second base. Out number 1. First time we went to Tiger Stadium was actually a rare play. But really, since then, Tiger Stadium really has not come up tonight. Here's Wackenfuss. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Vukovich, 5-6. Again at the park. Now that I've said that, now every ball will come off the park. Tiger Stadium, 3-2. Single into center field with a possible double. Wackenfuss is going to turn around first. He's going to head for second. Wackenfuss's base running rating is a 2. And center fielder for the White Sox is Gar. He has no arm. A 1-2. Wackenfuss is safe with a double. 3-5 he holds. 6 he's out. And he holds. Decided to make a long round, big turn, and then saw the ball coming in. He said, nah, I'll stay at first base. But Wackenfuss has his first hit of the game. Go ahead run on base. The batter will be Tom Verizor. 1 out. The infield will go halfway. Do I want to make any changes in the lineup? Detroit's got a decent Verizor, though. Let's see, anybody else can play short? Yeah, they do. I think you leave Verizor out there. Verizor actually hits righties better. And I think we're going to see a pitching change as well. So Verizor's going to stay out there. Vukovich is going to come out of the game. And the White Sox are going to bring in a lefty to deal with Verizor. If they have one, let's see who they got. And I think they do have one in the bullpen for this. And they do. Coming on to pitch is going to be Dave Hamilton. He's actually their closer. 6 wins, 6 losses, 10 saves, a 3.59 ERA. Dave Hamilton's going to try to get the win here if possible, but he's got to get Verizor. And we may see a pinch hitter now for Verizor, and we're going to. As Verizor's going to come out of the game, we're going to play a little chess. So Verizor comes out. And coming in to bat against Hamilton has to be the most at bats on the bench, and that is Ben Oglivie, who hits 285. Ben Oglivie will go up against Dave Hamilton, and Chuck Scrivener will take over at shortstop. And Scrivener actually has the same rating. So Dave Hamilton against Oglivie, and we'll see what happens here. One infield is halfway. There's 1 out. We are checking a strat, and that is a 6. No play. Hamilton will pitch. That's a 6-4. Strikeout 7. Got him. Struck out Oglivie. And that's out number 2. Next up is Gary Sutherland. And I want to see if I can, how many players I can make changes for. It looks like we may be heading to extras. So I'm going to let Gary Sutherland bat. Even though he's not good against left-handed pitching. And the runner's on first. The runner was on second and might bring in a pinch hitter. 2 outs. The infield goes back. Wackenfuss on at first. Hamilton will pitch. And that is a 9. Nothing happening. Hamilton. 1-6. Error on a grounder. Sutherland swings. 3-3. That is a ground ball to second base. That ball is hit to Brohammer. His error rating is a 5. That's a 13. He's got it. He'll throw to first to get the out. Side retired. No runs and a hit for the Tigers. After 8, we're still tied at 4. Will we see some top of the 9th inning magic? As both teams are tied at 4. Top of the 9th. Leading off for the White Sox is Brian Downing. And Ruhle is going to pitch to him. He's got 2 batters left before he gets tired. They're going to leave Ruhle out there to pitch to Downing. Top of the 9th, tied at 4. Ruhle. And that is right. I got to re-roll it. Ruhle, 3-4. That's a blank. Downing will swing. 6-4. Fly out to left. The White Sox continue to hit lots of fly balls. 1 out. Here's Sam Ewing. He will swing. Ruhle looking on. Now the pitch. 5-6. That's a blank. Ewing will take a swing at the ball. 3-2. He grounds out to third. 2 outs. And now here's Jack Brohammer. And now Ruhle is tired, and they're going to see if he can get 1 more out. Ruhle says, let me see if I can get 1 more out for you, boss. So Ruhle will pitch to Brohammer. There are 2 outs. 6-5. That's a strikeout. 18 is high. Brohammer swings. 3-1. Star 5, and he flies out to center field. And Steve Ruhle does a heck of a job in relief. Goes 3 innings, giving up only 1 hit. That'll be it for him, obviously. He will probably not pitch a 10th. But that's a 1-2-3 inning for the White Sox. Will we now see some bottom of the 9th inning magic? And Dave Hamilton is going to pitch. He's their best pitcher in the bullpen. He'll go up against Ron LaFleur, who leads off for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 9th. LaFleur is 2 for 4. Hamilton can pitch to 4 more batters before weakness. Hamilton looking on in LaFleur. Fans here at Tiger Stadium would love to see a walk-off. Hamilton, 2-3. Range play. LaFleur will swing. 6-1. Ground ball to first. That ball is at the Spencer. His range is a 3. Yes, he's got it. He'll take it. He'll toss it over to Hamilton covering the bag. Out number 1. Ground ball to first, and Spencer makes the play. 1 out. Here's Alex Johnson. Johnson is 0 for 4. Hamilton with the pitch. 6-6. Strikeout. 10. That is too high against the lefty. Johnson will swing. 1-1. Ground ball to short. Throw goes to first. Out number 2. Johnson is now 0 for 5. And here comes Willie Horton. Can Horton hear a who? Horton is 1 for 4. Hamilton will pitch. 4-6 against the righty. Walk plus 10. That 15 will walk him. Horton will get to first base on a ball 4. So now a runner on first. And now a chance for Rusty Staub. Philip Reynolds joins us here at Tiger Stadium. Horton on at first. Hamilton against Rusty Staub. And they're going to go ahead. He's going to pitch to him. Rusty Staub is 2 for 2 tonight. 2 doubles and walked twice. The infield is back. And there is no strat. There is no. I'm going to roll it anyway, although nothing can happen, really. No, because Hamilton has no pickoff, and Horton is an N under attempt. So the strat roll's meaningless, although there could have been a bunt anyway, but I doubt it. Horton on at first, Staub at the plate. Can the Tigers maybe win this game in the bottom of the 9th? Hamilton with the pitch. 3-4 against the lefty. No, that's going to be an automatic out. It's going to be a star 5 and a fly ball to left. And getting under it is going to be Carlos May. Makes the catch. And we've got free baseball. Free baseball. Free baseball here. Get your free baseball. After 9, we are tied at 4. In a game of 2 teams right now that just are at the bottom of the cellars in their divisions. Top of the 10th inning, Bucky Dent leads off for the White Sox, and that's going to be it for Grilly. He is tired, so he's going to go to the bench. He is done for the game. I want to change the colors here. Go to black instead, so I can use the yellow. So Grilly will be done, and I think they're going to bring in a righty to pitch to bridge to Dent. Is Baseball Demos still in the chat? You still in the chat there, Baseball Demos? Just wondering if you're still there. See, bring in a righty. Question is who to bring in. Well, I'm going to go with this guy. Coming in to pitch for the Tigers will be Joe Coleman. He'll be traded to the Cubs later in the year. Coleman, 4 wins, 13 losses, 4 saves, a 4.45 ERA. Joe Coleman will pitch to Bucky Dent. Top of the 10th inning, tied at 4. Coleman will pitch, and that is a 4-4, and that's a double question mark. That 15 is going to be too high for either side here. Dent will swing 2-4 himself. That's a ground out to third. So that's the first out. Here's Pat Kelly. Coleman will pitch. 3-4, strikeout, 17, no good. Kelly, 6-3, ground out to second. 2 down. Ralph Garr will now come up. He is 1 for 4. He has a triple in the game. Coleman looking on. 2 men out. 1-2. That's a possible error. Garr will swing 4-3. That's a fly ball to center field, and that is hit to LaFleur. His error rating is a 6. That's an 18. He'll make the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Coleman. Another fly ball to center. LaFleur better make that play. So a 3-up and 3-down inning for the White Sox. We go to the bottom of the 10th, tied at 4. Which team's going to pull this one out? Dave Hamilton is tired. Jason Thompson is the batter, and Hamilton coming out. He will be done. The White Sox, let's see who they're going to go with. Do they have another left? Do they have a right-hander in the bullpen? I believe they do. Coming on to pitch for the White Sox is going to be Clay Carroll, one of their better pitchers in the bullpen. I forgot he was in there. Clay Carroll, 4 wins, 4 losses, 6 saves, a 2.56 ERA. He could pitch to 11 batters, which is pretty good if he can deal with it. Jason Thompson leads off for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 10th. Clay Carroll, he'll pitch, and that is a 6-1 against the lefty blank. Thompson swings 5-3. That's a ball hit to left field. That is a 13 against a righty. That's going to be a triple for Jason Thompson. Thompson goes ahead and smacks a triple into left. Oh, wow. And very close to a home run. But he gets a 13. That's a triple. The winning run is on third. Stadium cheers. Yay! Jason Thompson goes to third on a leadoff triple here in the bottom of the 10th. And the batter will be Aurelio Rodriguez. And are we going to see a pinch hitter for him? He's at third base. He bats .240, though. I think I'll let him swing away. Although there are some better hitters on the bench. Gonna let him swing away. Gonna let him swing away. So Aurelio Rodriguez will bat. The infield is in. Jason Thompson has makes his base running rating of 1. Infield in. Carroll will pitch to Rodriguez. Bottom of the 10th, tied at 4. I am rolling a strat, and that is a 2. Nothing happening. Thompson stays where he's at. Carroll will pitch, and that is a 3-2. Strikeout 18. That's high. Rodriguez will swing. 4-5, and that is a ground ball to first base. Thompson's base running rating would be a 1 on the infield in. He's going to hold. Rodriguez will be out at first. 1 out. Grounded to first. Jason Thompson stays at first at third base. He will not attempt to score, and now why not? The batter now is John Walkenfuss. And against right-handers, Claro, he kills them. He does do a good job against right-handed pitching for Walkenfuss. Clay Carroll, though, is going to... The question is, do you want to bring in a lefty to deal with Walkenfuss? Checking the White Sox bullpen. They do not have any other any lefties. They only got 2 pitchers left in the bullpen. Actually, 3, I think. No, they got 4. 4 pitchers in the bullpen. Sorry, they got 1 lefty, actually, but he's a starter, and I can't use him. Carroll's got to pitch. I do not use starters until all relievers are used. Clay Carroll will pitch to Walkenfuss. The infield is still in. There's now 1 out. Walkenfuss is 1 for 3 today, a single and a walk. I will roll the strat, see if anything happening. That's an 8. No. Carroll will pitch. 4-5 again. That is a double question. That's a double question mark. Walkenfuss a righty, only on a 1 would have been a single up the middle. That's a 10. It's too high. But Walkenfuss does get the swing. Can Walkenfuss walk it off? 6-6. No. Line out to second base. Thompson, there is no chance to get him at third. So Thompson automatically stays at third base, 2 outs. There is no pickoff on a runner on third when the ball is hit to second. So 2 outs. Now the infield is back. And coming on to bat for the Tigers is going to be the new shortstop, Chuck Scrivener, who took over for Verizon. Scrivener, 221 average, 2 homers, 16 RBIs. He's going to swing. They're going to let him bat against Carroll. Bottom of the 10th, tied at 4. Carroll trying to keep it where it's at. Thompson ready to come home. Can Chuck Scrivener, who comes in a substitution, can he make the play? Carroll with the pitch. 5-5. That's a walk. That 16 is high. Scrivener does get to swing. 6-2. No, it's a ground ball to third. Picked up by Orta. Throws to first. We've got more baseball coming up. No runs, a hit. And after 10, still tied at 4, and leadoff triple And the Tigers can't bring in the run. As Dr. Pepper says, unbelievable. Top of the 11th inning coming up. Will Coleman pitch? Let's find out. George Orta leads off for the White Sox in the top of the 11th. And no, we're not doing that dumb second base runner on second base rule. And even if I was playing the 2020 season, I wouldn't be using that rule. Orta is 1 for 4. Is Coleman going to pitch to him? Yes. Coleman will pitch. He's got a few. He's going to go to 4 more batters before retiring. Joe Coleman. And that is a 3-2. Error on a grounder. Orta will swing 6-1. And that's a ball hit to left field. That is a 14 against a righty. Orta has himself a triple. That's a triple by George Orta. He smacks one there. And now it's a possible error on a grounder. So let's see what happens. Orta is on third. The ball is hit. The ball is hit to left field, and that is out there is Alex Johnson. His error rating is an 8. No, he does not commit the error, so Orta will hold at third. Triple for Orta. And now the White Sox start with the leadoff man on third. Johnson does not commit an error, which would have automatically scored Orta. Batter out for the White Sox is Carlos May with a runner on third. May is 1 for 3. And Coleman, Tigers may have no choice. They may have to go to the bullpen after that hit. May is a little worse against lefties, and they're going to do just that. So Coleman coming out. And the Tigers are going to bring in one of their better pitchers, and that's John Hiller. 12 wins, 8 losses, 13 saves. 2.38 ERA. John Hiller is now the 4th Tiger pitcher. Orta on at third. The infield is in, of course, which means Orta with a base running rating of 0 probably would not basically be able to score on any grounder unless it's a range play or something. John Hiller is going to pitch to May. May will be out there. Is there anything on a strat? 14, no. Hiller will pitch to May. 1-2. And against the lefty, that's a base hit right up the middle, right off of Hiller's card. That is a single for Carlos May. A 1-2 against the lefty, base hit right up back to the box. Orta will score. White Sox take the lead 5-4. RBI single by May. Stadium groans. Ugh. (5-4) White Sox. Carlos May comes through with an RBI single right off of Hiller's card. Now the infield will go halfway, and the batter will be Jim Spencer. Spencer is 1 for 4. May comes through with a big hit. White Sox ready to maybe change history a little bit here. Detroit historically won this game 7-1, and the White Sox are leading 5-4 here. Some history-changing baseball. Nothing wrong with that. That's why you play these games. Anything on the strat? 9, no. Hiller will pitch. 1-2. And again, a same play, a 1-2, and against the lefty, that's a base hit for Jim Spencer. Hiller hits the same box again. May's base running rating is a 3. He will not make third, though. He'll have to hold at second base. Nobody out, and the White Sox are doing it. Runners at first and second. John Hiller, pretty much their best pitcher in the bullpen, and he gives up 2 quick singles. Not good for the Tigers, and still no one out. Here's Brian Downing. So in the top of the 11th, the White Sox take a 5-4 lead. Runners still at first and second. They're going to keep Hiller out there. The two lefties have killed him now. They're going to leave Hiller. He's got to try to get through. Here's their best pitcher in the bullpen with that 2.38 ERA. Infield is still halfway. I'll check the strat. That's a 3 on no play. Hiller will go ahead and pitch. 4-2. Strikeout. 18 is high. Downing will swing. 1-2. That's a ground ball to third. Let's see where that ball got hit to. That is a 5 and a ground ball to third. It's in the hole. A double play chance will go from second to first. Downing, 1-0-2. And second base for Detroit is Sutherland is a 0. A 1-2, they turn the double play. Yes, they do. Carlos May will go to third. That could be a huge double play as it takes 2 runners off bases. But there are now 2 outs. And May goes to third. That's a big-time double play. 5-4-3. But May will go to third base. And the batter will be Sam Ewing. And I think and he is the designated hitter. We will see a pinch hitter for the White Sox at the DH position. It is extra innings, so it can be anybody I want to bring in. And coming in to pinch hit will be Lamar Johnson. He'll pinch hit for the DH and take over there. Lamar Johnson, 320 average, 4 homers, 33 RBIs. He played in half the season, not bad. So here's Lamar Johnson to try to bring in Carlos May. Hiller is going to pitch to him. Top of the 11th, now 2 outs. Hiller will pitch. Am I rolling a strat? Yes. That's a 14, nothing happening. Hiller will pitch. Again the 1-2. I don't believe it. But against a righty, however, that's a blank. So that is not a single one up the middle. So if I left in the lefty Ewing, that would have been a base hit. But it's a blank this time, but Lamar Johnson does get to swing. 5-1. Doesn't matter. Base hit to right. Single for Johnson. Johnson gets that single and will bring in May. Carlos May comes in to score, and it is now 6-4 White Sox. John Hiller, Detroit's pretty much their best pitcher in the bullpen, comes in and gives up 2 runs. And Johnson on it first on a base hit there. Now 6-4 White Sox. Here's Jack Brohammer. He'll bat. And they're still going to leave Hiller in there. Brohammer does worse against left-handed pitching, so he's going to stay in there. Hiller will pitch to Brohammer. 2 outs here. Now 6-4 Chi Sox. Rolling a strat. Let's see. I really shouldn't be. It's way over, but let's see. Roll a strat anyway. 8-0. Hiller will go ahead and pitch. 3-2 this time. Range play. Brohammer swings. 2-3. Fly ball to center field. That ball is hit to the floor. His range is a 3. And of course I get Suadice. And here we are waiting for the roll. And we'll do it again. His range is a 3. No, he doesn't get it. Single or double? That's going to be a single. Lamar Johnson's base running rating's a 2, becomes a 3 with 2 outs. Single to center, -1 to get to third base, so that becomes back a 2. LaFleur +1 arm is a 3. So a 1-3, Lamar Johnson will make third base. That is a 3. He'll make it. And Brohammer is safe at first with a base hit. And the next batter is Bucky Dent, and the Tigers have no choice. They got to get Hiller out of there. What a 238 average, and John Hiller absolutely inept. And they're going to bring in a different player here. They're going to bring in a righty to pitch to Dent to try to get this inning over. And they're going to bring in Ray Bear. 7 wins, 8 losses, a 4.63 ERA. They're going to count on Ray Bear to just try to get this inning over. The White Sox have a 2-run lead here on the top of the 11th. Roll for Strat, and that is a 6, no. Bear will pitch to Bucky Dent. Dent is 2 for 4. Bear will pitch. 6-6. That's a double question mark. Dent's a righty. A 1-19 is a single up the middle. That's a 15 base hit for Dent. And the White Sox are doing the damage here in extras. Johnson comes in to score. Brohammer's base running rating is a 2. He has to be a 4, and with 3 with 2 outs, has to be a 4 to make third on a single right back up the middle. 7-4 White Sox. And the fans here at Tiger Stadium are beginning to head for the exits. And the batter now is Pat Kelly. As they tell me to bring in Fidrich. I was wondering if Baseball Demos was still in the chat. I would have done it for him if he was here. I don't know. He did relief. Fidrich did have 2 relief appearances. I just don't know which games they were in. I know Dave could tell me because he's the expert on him. Brohammer on at second. Dent at first. Pat Kelly will go up against Ray Bear. Now 7-4 White Sox. And right now, the Tiger fans just are pretty much resigned to a loss here. And we'll see. There's no more. I'm not going to do any more strat rolls. Bear's going to pitch. And that's a 6-6. Again, a double question. Again, a 6-6 and a double question mark. Left. Pat Kelly's a lefty. A 1-9's a single. The 14 is high. Kelly will swing. That's a 4-5. And he smacks a base hit past first. And nothing here is going right for the Tigers in this inning. A single 3. Jack Brohammer's base running 2 with a 3 with 2 outs. It needs to be a 4 in order to score. He will not come in. Brohammer holds at third on a single past first. He stays at third base, so he does not come in to score. And now here's Ralph Garr, and the White Sox have now sent all 9 men to the plate. The bases are loaded. Garr is 1 for 5 with a triple. And right now the Tigers are they just want to get one stinking out, and they just can't do it. They gave up the 2 runs, then a double play. And the White Sox are really hurting them here. Bases loaded, no strat, Bear will pitch. And that is a 1-5. And against the lefty, that's a walk plus 10. And Garr, that 7 is going to walk in a run. And the Tigers are completely falling apart here in the 11th. And the merry-go-round turns as Bear gives up a walk. Brohammer will come on in. And it is now 8-4 White Sox. Next up is George Orta, and Ray Bear is going to have to take it for the team. He's going to have to take it for the team. I just don't think, replacing him, I don't think makes any sense right now. 2 outs, bases loaded, unless he gives up a home run or something. And Orta does hit home runs against right-handed hitting. Here's George Orta. Orta is 2 for 5, a double and a triple. And right now, the Tiger bullpen has completely blown up here in the top of the 11th inning. No strat, Bear will pitch. 2-5. Against the lefty, strikeout, 19 is high. Orta will swing. 4-5, and that's a base hit past first. The hits just keep on coming. base hit for Orta. So Dent comes in to score. Pat Kelly's base running rating is a 3 with 2 outs as a 4. On a base hit past first, he will score. Gar's base running rating is a 4 with 2 outs. Single past first, he will make third. And Orta safe at first. And the White Sox get 2 more runs here. And now are just embarrassing Detroit in this inning and now lead 10-4. Good buddy. The White Sox have batted around and nothing's going right for Detroit. And these hits are coming off the hitter card. Here's Carlos May. He's going to bat. He got a single his first time up in this inning. He's the 11th batter. Ray Bear. He can pitch to 11 batters before tiring. Now 10-4 White Sox. Still 2 outs. Bear will pitch. 6-5. That's a walk. That's 7 walks May. Here's Jim Spencer, and they're going to leave Bear in there. He does better against lefties, actually. So Jim Spencer will come up. He is 2 for 5. And again, the bases are loaded on another walk. 10-4, top of the 11th. Tiger bullpen, just no matter who I bring in, it don't matter. Bear will pitch. He's going to take it for the team. 4-5 against the lefty. Strikeout. 18 is high. There have not been many strikeouts in this game. Spencer will swing. 2-5. And that is a star 5. And it's a fly ball to center field. And that's going to be caught by LaFleur. And the inning, mercifully, comes to an end. 6 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits, 2 walks, and 4 of those 6 runs, after 2 outs. We go to the bottom of the 11th, 10-4 White Sox. As D. Shrek joins me here at Tiger Stadium, and they say they're going to need some big-time 11th inning magic. Let's see. Clay Carroll can pitch to 11 batters, and he's going to stay out there. He's only pitched to 7. So Clay Carroll's going to try to close this game out. John Hiller is going to get credit for the loss if this game finishes the way it does. 10-4, bottom of the 11th. Leading off for the Tigers is Gary Sutherland. And we're going to see a pinch hitter for him, I think. So Gary Sutherland's going to come back. Coming on to pinch hit will be Detroit's other catcher, Bill Freehan. And taking over second base will be Jerry Manuel. In case this game goes any further, which I don't think it will. So here's Bill Freehan pinch hitting against Clay Carroll. Bottom of the 11th, 10-4. 10-4, good buddy. Carroll will pitch. 5-3, range play at the park. Tiger Stadium says 1-4, star 2. That's a ground ball to second base. That's hit the Brohammer. His range is a 5. He will get that one. Out number 1, throws to first. Nice play by Brohammer. One out, and here's Ron LaFleur. LaFleur is 2 for 5, 2 singles. Carroll with the pitch, 2-1, error. Error chance. LaFleur will swing. 3-4. That's a star 4. It's a ground ball to short. The throw is it's hit to Bucky Dent. Dent's error rating is a 6. That's a 3, and he throws the ball a little wide, and that's going to take Spencer off the bag. And that's going to be an error on Dent. So that's an E6. Allows LaFleur to make it to first. And there's that one error on the White Sox. They did have one error in the game historically. There you go. LaFleur is safe at first on an error on Bucky Dent. First error on the White Sox. Both teams now have one error. So there's a little magic for you. What? Did you expect a 1-2-3 closing inning at RJL 518? I think not. Here's Alex Johnson. Johnson is 0 for 5. He's grounded out all 5 times. He's had 5 ground outs. LaFleur on it first. They're not stealing or doing anything, but the infield is halfway. No strat. Carroll will pitch. 1-2. That's a blank. Johnson will swing. 1-4. That's a base hit to right field. That's a single for Johnson. LaFleur's base running rating is a 4. On a single to right to get to third base, +2 is a 6. The right fielder for the White Sox is Kelly. He has a +1 arm, so it's a 7. So LaFleur will automatically make third without a throw. Johnson goes to first. Now the Tigers are in runner safe mode, but that's an automatic 7 right there. So a base hit for Johnson, and that's his first hit of the game. So runners at the corners with 1 out. And here's Willie Horton. Horton is 1 for 4, singled and walked. Infield still halfway. Tigers are going to try to do something here in the bottom of the 11th. Carroll will pitch to Horton. No strat roll. Carroll will pitch. 1-6, strikeout 11. Got him. Struck out Horton. There's a K. Not many of them today. Not many strikeouts today. 2 outs. As Horton goes down. And now the batter is Rusty Staub. The last chance for the Tigers. Staub 2 for 3. 2 doubles. 2 walks. Flew out. LaFleur on at third. Johnson on at first. Carroll trying to complete this game. Pitch on the way from Carroll. And that's a 2-3. Strikeout 18 is high. Staub will swing. 3-6. And it's a fly ball to right field. Coming under it is going to be Pat Kelly. He gets there, puts out his glove, blah, and the ball falls into it. That's your game. The White Sox come from pretty much have a pretty good game today and then unload in extras here. 10-4 over the Tigers. So no runs, 1 hit and an error. And that'll do it as the White Sox change a little history and win a game that they lost. And maybe that can mean something for them in FastScore in 10-minute ticker. White Sox win it today 10-4 and 11. Don't go away. 10-minute ticker coming up. Sometimes you get those kind of games. What are you going to do? 2-hour game. Ugh. I don't know how people can actually just sit here and watch this stuff for 2 hours. I don't know how you guys do it. Then again, I do it too when I'm watching Al Red Sox fan when he does his games. Don't ask. Hey, Michael, you know what can happen here. For the White Sox, 10 runs on 15 hits and 1 error. For the Tigers, 4 runs on 13 hits and 1 error. Clay Carroll's going to get the win. John Hiller takes the loss. No save on a 10-4 win by the White Sox as they get themselves a nice win on the road in a game they actually historically lost. So there were 14 runs in this game. Historically, there were 28 hits in this game. Historically, 16. There were 2 errors in this game. Historically, 1. So sometimes the dice just go that way. It is time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. For those of you who don't know about this, please check it out. I think it's maybe the best non-computer baseball background tool you can use. And some people just use this to play out seasons. So the White Sox win 10-4, and that's in 11 innings. So let's see how the rest of the baseball world did tonight. Blue die will be red first. Kansas City taking on Baltimore. Good matchup. Dennis Leonard against Holtzman. Kansas City has a 7. 53, and that's going to be 5 runs. Baltimore has an 8. It's 15. That's not going to cut it. That's 1 run. Kansas City will beat them. Texas and Boston have a doubleheader today. I don't see Salvador America, so I'm sure I hope the Red Sox can beat the Rangers. Texas has a 9 in the first game. 61. That's a good roll. That is 6 runs. Boston, though, is a 14. They get a 55, and that is 7 runs. They beat the Rangers. Barely, but they do. On a 14-55, they get it. Texas will play again. Texas has a 7, 32, and that is 3 runs. Boston has a 13, 14, and that's not going to, nope, it's going to be 2 runs. So the Rangers and the Red Sox will split a doubleheader. Cleveland taking on California. Cleveland has a 10, 55, that is 6 runs. California has a 4, 51, and that is 4 runs. Cleveland will beat the Angels. Twins and the Brewers. Twins have an 11, 45, and that is 5 runs. Milwaukee has a 12, 11. That's going to be a 0. Minnesota shuts out the Brew Crew. Yankees taking on the A's. Yankees have Doc Ellis on the mound. They got an 18, 64. Yeah, that's going to be a blowout. That's 10 runs. I don't think Oakland can win that even with the 8. 44, and nope, that's 4 runs. So the Yankees beat the A's, the same score that the White Sox did, 10-4 over the Tigers. Cincinnati taking on the Cubs. The Reds have a 17, and that is a 35 for the Reds. And what do they got here? A 17, and that is 5 runs. Cubs have a 12, 24, and that's going to be 3 runs, and this one belongs to the Reds. San Francisco taking on the Expos, in case Brandon Baker is in the house there somewhere. San Francisco has a 7. That's a 32, and that is 3 runs. Expos have a 12, 22. That's 2 runs. San Francisco will beat the Expos. Padres against my Mets. San Diego has a 6, a 35, and that is 3 runs. The Mets have Mickey Lolich on the mound, but they got a 15. And a 41 should be enough to do it, and it is. That's 5 runs, and my Mets have a happy recap. Dodgers taking on Philadelphia. Dodgers have Tommy John on the mound, and a 7. 13, that's only going to be 1 run. Philadelphia has Jim Cott, an 11, 53. They're going to win that one, 6-1. Phillies over the Dodgers. Atlanta taking on Pittsburgh. Phil Niekro against Doc Medich. Phil Niekro has a 9, and that is the Atlanta has a 9. That's a 9. That's a 12. That's only going to be 0. Pittsburgh has a 12. That's a 12, and that's going to be a win. They're going to win that game 1-0. So with a 9 and a 12, you get 0. But with a 12 and a 12, you get a 1. That makes the difference here in this game. The Astros taking on the Cardinals. I know Steeler fan will be watching this. The Astros, though, have a 10. 41, and that's 4 runs. The Cardinals, though, have a 16. 16 and 16. That's going to be 3 runs. They're not going to cut it. The Astros get the win, and I know Steeler fan will be happy about that. Now moving on to May 9th. Kansas City taking on Baltimore. Kansas City with a 6. 56. And that is 5 runs. Baltimore with Jim Palmer on the mound has a 7. 41, and that's 3 runs. The Royals will beat the Orioles. Texas against Boston. Gaylord Perry against the Spaceman. Texas has a 17, though. 21. That's not a great roll. It's only 3 runs on that kind of roll. Boston has a 10. Can Salvador America's team get a win? 35. 4 runs. Yes, Boston will beat the Rangers. Cleveland takes on California. Cleveland has a 3. 62, and that is 5 runs. California has a 10. 33, and that is 3 runs. The Indians will beat the Halos. White Sox against the Tigers. White Sox have a 15. 46. That's 6 runs for the Tigers. Detroit has a 9. 23. That's not going to cut it. And the White Sox will beat the Tigers again. Minnesota against Milwaukee. The Twins have a 20. 52. And that is 7 runs. The Brewers have an 8. 21. And that is 2 runs, I believe. Yep, 2 runs. Minnesota will beat them. Yankees taking on Oakland. Both teams have a 10. Yankees 41. And that is 4 runs. Oakland has a 10. 54, and that's 6 runs. The A's will beat the Yankees. Remember, we have California and Oakland tomorrow night. Cincinnati taking on the Cubs. Pat Zachary on the mound, who the Mets would trade for next year. Yeah, yay, team. Cincinnati has a 16, and that is a 16. And is that that's gonna be 3 runs still? Can the Cubs beat that? They got a 5. A 66, they will. 8 runs. And the Cubs get a victory over the Reds. San Francisco taking on the Expos in a doubleheader. San Francisco has a 14 for game 1. 32. That's 4. Montreal has a 3. 33. That's 2. Giants will win game 1. San Francisco has a 7 for game 2. That's an 11. That's going to be a 0. And Montreal has a 13. That's a 45, and they're going to split that doubleheader like most doubleheaders usually go. So San Francisco and Montreal split a doubleheader. San Diego taking on the Mets. The Mets have got the franchise on the mound. San Diego is a 1. They got a decent roll, though, 41, and that is 2 runs. Seaver on the mound, he's a 10. Can Tom Terrific give my Mets a win? 54, yes, he does with a 10. And 54, that's a 6. And I got a happy recap for my Mets. Dodgers taking on the Phillies. Dodgers have a 6. 64, that's 6 runs. That's pretty good. Philadelphia has a 9. 65, and that is 8 runs. And even with that good roll by the Dodgers, the Phillies will beat them. Atlanta taking on Pittsburgh. Atlanta has a 10. 54, and that is 6 runs for the Braves. Pirates have a 13. 33 is not, I don't think it's going to cut it. No, that's 4 runs. The Braves will beat the Pirates. Houston taking on the Cardinals. Houston has Larry Durker on the mound for a Steeler fan. Houston has a 6. A 46, and that's going to be 4 runs. Cardinals have John Denny and a 9. 54, and that's going to be 5 runs. And the Cardinals will beat the Astros there in the second game. And Steeler fan, of course, will say rigged. That is your 10-minute ticker for tonight. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. We had no extra inning games tonight, too. The only one we had was the game that was on the board. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll be back in Oakland Coliseum. The California Angels will take on the Oakland Athletics. Nolan Ryan against Paul Mitchell, the Halos, and the Swingin' A's. Steeler fan, Michael Peterson, Dr. Pepper, D. Shrek, Philip Reynolds, Baseball Demos, Sports Time Machine, Al, Red Sox fan, Archie, Tribe fan, thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out through the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. And we will see you guys tomorrow for more exciting baseball action here on RJL 518. White Sox over the Tigers in 11 innings, 10-4. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.